Who wants to be a Melvinaire? It's a manhood movement, constant elevation. Every day we improving. 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, I think you should tune in. It's more than a podcast, it's a family reunion. Melvinaires. My nigga Mel up in here. You know Rome, he the plug, no telling who might appear. Could be one of your favorite rappers, community activists, businessmen and women, to the shooters and savages. Melvinaires. Yeah, we Melvinaires. Yeah, we Melvinaires. Yeah.
Yo. Here we go. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
We back at it.
You are now tuned in. To the Melvinaire podcast. It's episode
10.
It's episode 10?
No, 11, I think.
God damn.
Yeah.
11. Episode 11, man. And we got a special guest in the building, yo. Everybody give it up. Baltimore's own Desi Alexander in the building, man.
Thank y'all so much. She came in. Before we even get started, Nisi came in here.
We got Nisi Nash on the live, baby.
We got
Nisi Nash on the live. Listen, we said Melvinaires was gonna start a higher pressure to y'all. How you doing, sweetie?
Hey, Nisi, how you doing?
This is the homie, man.
Yeah.
She believe in me.
Okay, peace.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I see you soon. Yep.
That's a fact.
Even if I gotta be a crackhead or a nigga to get shot within the first 5 minutes of the show, I'm with it. Let me know. I could just be dead the whole time. I ain't gotta move. That's good acting.
When that new season about to drop?
You hear?
When that new season about to drop?
Well, the last season of Claws is out now.
Okay.
I mean, we
Last episode.
Before, but I'm about to start a new job. That's what I want him to come do.
Well,
Okay.
with it. You already got my,
All right.
my number, email, all that. You already know. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yeah. So,
Definitely
absolutely.
make sure you subscribe to the show.
I'm just saying what's up.
All right.
All right
Yeah.
now.
I'm gonna hit
Thank
when I
you.
leave, all right.
See y'all later.
All
All right.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, when Nisi jump on head, 800 niggas jump on head.
Listen, y'all didn't get to see her, but
Oh my goodness.
she fine.
Yeah.
Without makeup,
Yeah.
she in her natural
She was
state right
barefaced.
now. Bareface.
Yeah.
In her robe, she fine as wine.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I jumped off the live like a dumbass, but we gonna keep it moving.
All right.
It's all good. It's all
I didn't
good.
mean to fuck up the beginning of the show.
So we mostly freestyle up here anyway, so it's all good. Yeah. Desi Alexander in the building, y'all.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Do a rewind real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, man.
So,
first
yeah,
of all,
let's-
thank y'all for having me, man. This is the first interview / podcast I done did in like almost since before the pandemic. So it's an honor to be here, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me, for real, man. Good to do it at home.
It's definitely an honor and a blessing to have you
Yeah,
here, my
definitely
brother.
honor and pleasure, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you so much. Shout out Silk, man. We appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Silk. You the bestest.
So we got the other quarter of the Melvinaires. We're gonna get Dr. Inky on in here.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the show. Yo.
Peace.
How you doing,
Peace to
brother?
the family. Peace to the family.
What's going on, brother?
Where you at?
I'm in Detroit, man.
You in Detroit?
I'm in Detroit, man. It's
Oh,
crazy.
I was about to say- Well, I see you in a couple. You come to the show. I got a show in Detroit coming up. I see you in a minute anyway, man.
Yes, sir. That'll
See,
work.
you already confirmed, so you gotta buy tickets. You gotta buy tickets to the show. It's like me and Jess gonna be at the MGM down there too. So that's what's up, man. I see you in a minute.
Oh, that's
what's
fine.
up. Shout out to Jess too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to
Definitely.
Jess. So, starting out, the first thing I took notice of meeting you, and the first thing you said, I'm a stand-up comedian, and you said it thoroughly, and that like the confidence in what you said it, yo, like I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I love comedy. So like when we was chopping that up, like I love comedy, bro. So it's like I like a certain brashness, you know what I mean, but also a certain level of relativity. You know what I'm saying? And when we are around the same age or whatever, we from the same city, you know what I mean, and we done had some of the same experiences, like you a father, you married, you know what I mean? So it's like dudes like that, yo, I love to see that, bro.
Yeah,
So like
definitely.
my first question to you would be, what inspired you to say this is what I'm going to be a stand-up comedian?
first and foremost, like I think a lot of comedians, some people are born into it. Some people study the craft and then they end up falling into it. Me, I just felt like you said, I was just like the funniest dude in the class, the funniest dude around my friends, the best storyteller in my group. But the confidence to like make you want to do it, it came from my family. Like my father was like a big Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox. He was a big fan of them. So that sometimes when you was a kid, you sneak up and watch and listen to your parents downstairs cussing and smoking and drinking and stuff. And me and my brother would like sneak and listen to him and kind of like, can you get me good? You good?
Yeah, but we're a little closer.
Oh, all right. They would hear us down there. We would hear them down there like cursing and acting up, and we would like kind of like listen to him. But a few times my father like, if you want to stay down, if he was drunk enough, he was high enough. He'd be like, if you want to stay down here, you gotta watch this. We would sit down there and watch Richard Pryor till 1 o'clock in the morning. He dying laughing, and it's like watching one person make all them people laugh was so amazing to me. Like, and I would be laughing at Richard Pryor's mannerisms. And my father would be laughing at the material. So looking at one person laughing for two different things, I always found stand-up amazing, man. So I've been a fan of it before, but to actually do it,
It's funny you say that because I had some of those same experiences. And like you said, we was laughing at the mannerism. Like he looked funny, he sound funny. You know what I mean? You didn't necessarily know what the fuck he was saying. But to see that have that type of control and have that much control over make that many people laugh, you know what I mean, in unison, was amazing to me.
It takes a lot. It takes a weird confidence, first of all, to say to yourself in your head, I know something that's funny, and I'm gonna make y'all laugh at what I'm saying. And it takes a really strong and weird confidence at the same time. But I just feel like I just got a good connection with people, man, and I think I just vibe out with everybody and make people. I like making the audience feel like it's just Scott was like, this is the point in your life where you need to quit doing this
Sink and
shit,
swim,
or
right?
you gonna keep going, and then you keep going, and then like once you start sacrificing for that, that level breaks through you. But still, even comedy is such it's like it's a joke within a joke.
Yeah.
Even being on tour, I've been on tour. I just looked it up myself. I've been on tour for the last 5 years, so I didn't even realize
Wow.
it go by so fast. And still, even if you a headliner, you can still bomb.
Yeah.
If you don't know your, because like sometimes as comedians, we feel like I got this and I've done this for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do what I do, and it's gonna be that way.
That happened to Richard Pryor, I think, from what we now know to be live on Sunset Strip.
Yeah, had bad say.
The night before that actual recording, he bombed really bad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Told him I'm gonna come back. We gonna do this shit again.
Yeah.
It's funny because like me and Jess had a show in Vegas, bro. And mind you, when we do shows, everybody know I write for Jess, do a stand up. I have to do the stand up, and I get my set ready. You know what I'm saying? It's like routine. You know what I'm saying? We sit together. Like Jess has stuff going on in her life. I sit and listen to whatever she's going through, and while she's talking, I'm like, you know, hangover with all the mad problems.
Right.
That's what I sit there and do. Listen to her stories, put it in joke form, send her on stage. I look through all my notes, make sure she said everything I just wrote for her. Then I got to get myself ready.
Right.
So I do 30 minutes, and then she go out.
Right.
And this one time in Vegas, man, I was just cocky. I don't know. I just felt like I'm good.
Right.
Things all right. I'm used to this. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. To the point where I didn't do my normal routine. I normally sneak out the crowd and like look at people.
Right.
I like to feel the vibe of the audience. Like they're not gonna laugh at that if I switch that. This time, this tone of voice. I didn't do that.
Okay.
And then the club, or the casino's theater room is connected to the. Good. We good?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. It's connected to the hotel is connected to the casino's theater room.
Okay.
So I went from taking a nap to getting up, get on the elevator, going to the show. Yeah, so I just felt like I'm good.
I got it.
We do this.
Right.
We do clubs, and a casino is way bigger. I never woke up, did a show. I never did that before.
Yeah.
I always did my normal routine. Man, and then it made it worse. It was a clock on the floor, and I felt even more better because you know how much time it is.
Right.
So you can do a joke. Maybe that joke was fast. So I 2 minutes. I'm sliding another joke. So I felt so confident because the clock was on the floor. I'm
Right.
like, yes, I love this. Because normally all my jokes, it level out to a 30 minutes. Exactly. And I saw the clock, and then I was like, all right, cool. I started doing my material. Didn't realize I'm in a casino. It's mad old white people.
Right.
Mad old white people. And I did our age
Right,
set
right,
started
right.
off like that. I got different sets for. I have a brackets of sets that I do for different audiences, and I put our stuff that we gonna laugh at first.
Yeah.
And the first 2-3 jokes did not work, and I was looking like, what the hell is going on? And I always peek at the front row. This is old white people. I was just like, and I looked down, and it was 28 minutes left. I was like, oh my God, man, this shit is not going on at all.
Oh man.
So yeah, man. After that, when I saw them white people, I always pick one person to talk to help me.
Right.
And I picked that one white lady, and she was laughing. So I just switched all my jokes up to the kid stuff first, and then worked my way back around. But that was so tough, man. I was like, I didn't do my routine,
Vegas.
Yeah.
You ain't warm up.
I did not warm up.
Yeah.
Even if it's not even me getting ready, we talked about jokes early in the day. Neither one of us rehearsed. We just it was such a long flight. Got to the hotel, we ate like fat pigs, and just went and got into bed. And then I just woke up like, man, put my clothes on. I'm emo and shit. You know what I mean? And then, just imagine you feel like a
Right.
baller.
Yeah.
Get out my room, elevator, downstairs, then cheering crowd.
Right.
Shouldn't have did that. I should have went. I should have stayed my ass up. Sat in the always people. Some people don't notice me. Sometimes I just sit in the crowd and just look at people.
We gotta get,
You know what I'm saying?
Keep back in there.
Yeah.
So even if I don't feel confident, sitting in the crowd looking at people helps. Like,
Right.
People vibe. People just enjoying themselves. I'm like, this it's not gonna be that bad. I'm good. And then
So-
I feel better about it.
Is it the same concept of like, you know how they say like a football player, if you throw an interception, you gotta like have like short term memory, so to say, like or like a basketball player, they miss like 30 shots and
Got to.
you gotta just keep putting them up. So like, is it the same concept? Like if because I know that's got to be a shot to the confidence.
Yes. Because
You know what I'm
you feel
saying?
like every moment like that is like you worked this long to be great and you still ain't good enough. Start over again.
Yeah.
But that's what helps you stay on top of your stuff, man. What Mike Tyson said, he said a man that's comfortable in this position is in a position to get it taken.
Got
Right.
it. Got
So
it. Got it.
I'm never comfortable doing stand up. I know I'm great. I know I'm dope. I know I'm like one of the best out here. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm always at that edge. Like this could go wrong. So let me stay on top of my stuff, man. I always stay on that like I'm a beginner type stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it helped me stay sharp. And
That's what's
that
up,
night
that's
I was
what's
just like seeing that clock say 28 minutes was just like.
I can.
I gotta deal with this shit. And I normally know how all my jokes land and how much time it takes for them to laugh to me to start the next joke. And it just wasn't going well.
Right.
You might have
Right.
fared better if it was a bunch of single old white men. They probably wasn't laughing because they sitting next to their wife.
Or they just lost a bunch of shit at the casino. It's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? But I was gonna say that forgetting shit is important too.
Yeah.
Because that coincides also with like my anxiety and stuff like that.
Right.
You gotta like learn how to have short term memory and forget why you feel a certain way to like kind of reset your brain too. And it's like that with comedy. You got that last bad set, that shit don't matter no more. Them whatever 100 people in that room only remember that moment. Let them have that. That's you just move on. You know what I'm saying? So you got another game coming up. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned you've been touring for the past 5 years. What club did you walk into and you was like, damn, I'm on a billboard with such and such. But you was in awe. Where like for that moment for you was like, man, I'm really doing this shit.
Oh man. In Texas, they have a wall of all the comedians, and they asked me to sign my own picture to put on the wall. It felt good, man, because after I did my set, it was good feedback. I'm gonna just, get my free food because we get free food and liquor and shit.
That matters.
I would do the comedy just for that.
But to go in the back, and they was just like, you always have a good set when you come here, man. And we really appreciate you being here. And they just like, can you sign this? And I'm like, ooh, I'm giving you this. And they're like, no, this is going on the wall. So
No, that's fire.
That's what's up.
man, it felt good, man.
What was the name of the spot?
This is the Dallas Improv.
Dallas Improv. Nice.
So they put my shit on. I was like, that's the first club that ever. Other clubs let you sign their green room wall, but to have your picture put up, that's a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying?
That means something.
I'm in that little statue thing. Like that's what I want.
That's what's up.
Like, so you want to be recognized. The vibe I get from you, I feel like you are a comedian's comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not a guy that just do comedy. Like, you a comedian's comedian. You know what I mean? And like I can pick that up. Like I see that.
Yeah. When I did the show at we was talking about outside, Keep It Distance show, I did my set to make the comedians laugh.
Right.
You know I was like, I'm gonna make they gonna laugh anyway. I want to talk to the comedians, and I was doing stand up for them, and they was down laughing.
Yeah.
So I just want to live beyond, this when it comes to comedy. You look at people like Richard Pryor. He ain't gonna never die.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the money's gonna come. We all hustle. The money's gonna come.
Right.
We gonna be able to take care of our families because we hustle. But to live on forever, man, to have something that my kids will look at like, damn, I gotta live up to that.
Shift the
That'd be
culture.
great. Yeah, man, that's important to me. You know what I'm saying?
So who's your top 3?
Oh, my top 3. If you see me on stage, you'll see it. Bill, Eddie, and Richard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get my cadence from Eddie. My mannerisms from Bill. No, my mannerisms from Richard, and my storytelling from Bill.
From Bill, Bill was the best
fire.
storyteller.
Yeah, man.
Bill was
fire.
a very good.
That's a great
storyteller.
great combination.
And
That's a
watching
tight
that
top
man,
3.
It's just like, that's why I said we in the middle of a good generational stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I had to make Jess appreciate that shit.
Right.
And she was getting this. People don't believe Jess really be writing. Jess really be like trying to be better at stand up, and she didn't really know the old school shit. But she kind of started. Well, not started, but she kind of. Her memory goes back to like Comic View.
Right.
That's old.
That's
to
old.
Yeah.
her.
Right.
To us, that's like midway.
Yeah. Midway,
right.
teenagers.
Yeah, we was teenagers.
Right.
Yeah.
I said you need to watch. You need to watch this.
Yeah.
At some Richard Pryor,
Def Comedy Jam,
Def
all
Comedy
that.
Jam, Ellen McCullough.
Yo,
I
like-
showed her all of, and she really began to appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Because I hate a motherfucker that just like. I've had people that do Instagram videos and they got to do stand up and they feel like I got to do stand up. I don't really like that shit.
Right.
As soon as you say that, I'm just kind of like I ain't even gonna fuck with you.
Right.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna give you I'm gonna give you inspiration, but I'm not gonna really talk to you about stand up because you don't like it.
You don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I never, like, yo, when Martin You So Crazy came out, bro.
Oh my God.
Yo, I watched that shit every day for a whole summer, yo. In high school.
We was in
high school.
Okay.
No.
No.
When it first came out, that was 90.
You So
it
Crazy.
came
We
on
was.
HBO first.
It
Yeah.
came on HBO first.
Yeah.
You So Crazy came out
It
in
was like probably
That was the early '90s. We was kids.
it was early 90s when
Yeah.
it came
Yeah.
out. But when I was
Yeah.
old, like I'm talking
old enough to have it.
old enough to have it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yo, I did nothing but. Yo, I used to rent videos, bro. So I used to go to Hollywood. I used to ride my bike to Hollywood Video, bro.
So
Yeah.
old sentence.
So, yeah,
Very old sentence.
yeah, very old
Hollywood.
sentence.
We the last
Oh,
generation.
oh,
We the
oh,
last
that.
generation.
I got a question.
Yeah.
From Hollywood.
Our
rented
kids will
video
never
from
know what a
Hollywood.
Hollywood is
Rental
or
what?
Blockbuster.
Word.
Go somewhere and get it.
Word.
Yeah, we had to go.
I got a
Go
question.
somewhere and get it, bro. And I used to rent the Richard Pryor show. I used to watch all the comedy section, bro. Like for a whole summer, man. And yo, I used to just flip out. So like when I was the first nigga on Chappelle's show. Yo, when Chappelle's show dropped, yo, I was the first nigga talking about it. Nobody knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The first season was such a gem, and nobody
And
really
nobody
paid
really
no
paid
mind.
attention to it, right?
That shit
And people
was
started to
crazy.
catch on mid-season, and that it just took off. But
Yeah.
I got a funny story about that, but Inky trying to say something.
Oh yeah. I got a question.
Oh, okay.
What do you
One
think?
second.
Hold on,
One
Iggy.
second.
to put you on speaker.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, all right. So while we working on that, I'm gonna
Hold
tell.
on. We go. Hold 1 second. E.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my so.
Somebody in my live said, somebody said Blockbuster. Hey, how old are you, girl?
So
Shit,
you know-
you got to be 30-something. To know
Yeah,
that.
you gotta be.
You know,
You got a Mickey Mouse
The,
tattoo somewhere.
Yeah, she got the strawberry tattoo.
Yeah.
The juice dripping on the tattoo.
Hell yeah. Winnie the
Cherry.
Pooh.
The cherry tattoo
Yeah.
with the little,
Yo.
the little E.
Hell yeah. Hey yo, the grandmothers now the OG thought tattoos, yo,
That's crazy, bro.
is there. They got markings,
The
bro.
grandmother's got the paw print.
Yeah,
The
got
paw
the-
prints, yeah.
If you think about that, that's when Eve came out.
Yeah.
Eve
Big-
started that fucking
big
trend.
big mama things.
Oh man, that's crazy,
Nah, but,
bro.
Yeah.
Cause that
when-
was sexy. That was
Yeah.
That shit was sexy back then.
She got the paw prints.
Yo, it's going on the outside of her thigh on the inside.
She do everything.
Yeah, them spandex baggy now.
It was the leopard.
The leopard.
That's ours.
Uh-huh.
We had the bitches with the leopard.
Yeah.
It's like hella bitches in their 30s right now with leopard on their own for no reason. Think about that. Ain't that weird? Because during that time, it was
Yo,
the shit.
Crazy.
But now they like, why the fuck I got damn leopard? Why do I have a whole shoulder of leopard on my arm?
Uh-huh.
Now when Dave Chappelle dropped, right, and he did that the Rick James episode.
Crazy.
So,
Genius.
I used
Genius.
to work at this camp called Fresh Air Fun, right? We had this little white boy. His name was actually Rick James.
Don't call him my full name.
So
Rick
we-
James?
the kids is getting off the bus and we reading the names and splitting them up into different villages and shit. I'm like, Rick James.
somebody playing. Ain't goddamn Rick James.
Yo,
man.
we had this little white boy running through camp all for 10 whole days. So I'm Rick James, bitch.
Oh my
I'm
God.
Rick
Oh,
James,
man.
bitch.
That's crazy.
I'm Rick James.
That was such a gift and a curse to him, man.
It was.
He even said, like, man, people walk up to me at the airport, like,
But
I'm
the
Rick
funny
James,
thing
bitch.
was,
Like,
he had no clue. I'm pretty sure he knows now.
yeah.
But he had no clue. It was
took years.
hilarious.
It took years for that to
That's
fade.
wild funny. It did. It
So,
did.
yeah,
It did.
That was like the last show I rushed home to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure not the repeat. You know how they show the repeat at
Mm-hmm.
10:30 to 11. I made sure I was home the first episode when it first aired. I was home to watch that shit. And this is while I was a stand-up comedian too. So
Yeah.
I was like so inspired, man.
You
All
ready,
right,
Ink?
Inky, let's go.
Oh, I wanted to ask, transitioning from like transitioning
Oh,
into
the sound went out again.
Got a little short.
Yeah.
Might have texted him and shit. I'm trying to read his lips.
Yo, that'd be another facet to your
Right.
the miming.
Professional- there you go.
All right, there you go.
so no. Do you have to push to transition from IG to stand up and then from stand up to TV or movie? Like what is that?
Man,
How
it's-
does that go?
It's so many different routes to take. It's no like 100% formula that you have to take to do it. Because at first, when I first started doing comedy, everybody was saying you have to move to New York. You have to move to New York. And I was about to, but it's like a lot of stuff happening between now and then. But then it became you have to have you have to have a social media following. And then it became I being around, being on tour for all these years, I'm just realizing people were saying you got to have an agent or you got to have it's so many ways to do this that there is no 100%. As long as you just go 100% and be like consistent with just this one thing, everything else that you do that fuels the comedy is going to match it and just push you to whatever circle you need to be in. So transitioning from a stand-up comic to the Instagram and like the social media was easier because I had so much material I wasn't able to say on stage. I got all this material, but I'm only on stage, X amount of times a week.
Right.
And when I started doing stand-up, wasn't no open mics for comedians, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was like you had to be in a show, or you had to be already, tight with this group. I was by my damn self doing stand-up.
Yeah.
But I would do stand-up. I was sneaking in Organic Soul Tuesdays, Warm Wednesdays. I had to go to little poetry nights, little musical, and
So,
ask them.
how did you meet
Can I
Jess?
perform tonight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had, and sometimes I would lie. I would say, yeah, I got some poetry, and I would get up and do stand-up. Like, this nigga pay me. Is he gonna start the damn poem? I'm like, yeah, my name.
How did you lock in with Jess?
Jess being, of course, from Baltimore, the open mic scene, me just hitting stages every week, man. She was always in the back, just watching, other comedians, because she didn't just straight jump up there first. She wanted to like really learn it and just feel the vibe out. And I would always do my thing, get up on stage, get off, and she would sit there with her pen and her pad, just trying to formulate her own set, trying to get it together. Because first she would get up there, talk about people, talk about her life, and she just was trying to get the timing. And then when we started talking a lot more, and I would just give her pointers. I'm always just talking to comedians who really like this shit. I would just give her pointers, and she was always humble, man. Always just real chill. People wouldn't even really know she in there.
Right.
But her following was getting so big. She had like 50,000 followers back then. That's back then when you can host a party at 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
And when we really linked up is when she used to have, when she got even bigger, 100,000 followers. She would have a night at SNS. And I would, and other comedians she would ask to do the show. They would hit over the head like, I want this amount of money. You got this amount of followers, bitch. You gonna give me the money? And I would be like, she would ask me like, can you close my show? Because I ain't got no other comedians. I'm trying to work my way up to getting bread. And she was on her hustle. I'm like, nah, I do that shit for free.
Yeah.
And this is when I was teaching. So I was like, I got hella material. I'm frustrated as shit with these kids. Put me on stage, and she would host, have a couple comedians in between, and I would close the show, do like 45 minutes to an hour. And then once we got consistent with doing that together, I didn't even want no money. I was like, I just want stage time. This shit worth more than money.
Right.
And she was like, yo, when I do this tour thing, you gonna go with me. And
That's
I was
what's up.
like, all right,
That's what it is.
We'll see. And you know how you hear that from mad comedians,
Right.
Yeah.
But when that shit started, she was like, you want to quit your job, bro.
Wait a
You
minute.
really about to do
So
this.
did you
I'm
just
like,
slip in that you was a teacher? So you was a teacher in Baltimore?
Yep. I was a teacher while I was doing stand-up.
That got to be material filled.
Material.
Right?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
y'all,
Unlimited
I
material.
wanted, and that's what I wanted to go into.
Yeah.
The transition from teaching to stand up.
Mhm.
Not even just being a master of ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Like it had to. I can only imagine. I used to mentor in Baltimore. I used to mentor
I
kids.
still do.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Yeah.
We be seeing some
We've seen some shit.
There you
We
go.
be in these houses like.
Absolutely.
First time I was like mentoring,
Absolutely.
the first house I went to, another kid just walked in the house like, "Hey man, can I borrow one of your beaters?" I'm like, y'all niggas borrowing beaters? That's an intimate ass garment. They was there with a straight face. Hey man, can I borrow your beater? Niggas like, all right, I'm going back grab one out the hammer. I was like,
Yo.
these niggas is borrowing beaters out here.
Yo,
So
that's crazy.
I come in
Out the hamper?
Yeah. Out the hamper.
Out the hamper.
Out the hamper?
Let me go out the hamper and get you one. Hold up. You
Let me
got
borrow a dirty t-shirt.
Dirty
wife beater
with the yellow.
with the brown under the. That shit was. I don't know if it was as far as his. I don't know whose it was, but
All right.
Yeah.
So I used to mentor kids, and I worked at summer camp for years. So there's always this one kid that stands out. And his name is Leon.
he be the bad
But
one or the real good one.
He started off real good. This was my little man,
Till he got comfortable.
and then
got
he
comfortable.
turned into a terrorist. So I'm telling my story, then I'm gonna finish
Go
my
ahead, go
question. This so
getting stressed out just about talking about the fist about the
this
ball up.
this little kid, right? He had been going to camp that whole summer. because like he was a genius, like a legit genius. Like so the first camp he went to was for about a week and some change. He went to space camp. Came home, then his mom sent him to basketball camp. Came home, then his mom sent him to the camp that I worked at. So
get your
by
ass out
the,
the
yeah, so by the time he made it to me, he was camped out. He just wanted to go home. He wanted to be in his hood.
Like, I got
you know
shit
what I'm
to do.
saying? Like he missed his mom, all kind of crazy shit, whatever. So by this time, he knew how to manipulate shit, and he knew that you know, counselors.
They be the worst.
Yeah, he knew like counselors can't really do nothing to him. But see, this camp in particular is an escape for all inner city youth, including the counselors.
This was in
New York.
Okay.
Yeah, we was up in this town called Fishkill.
Okay.
About an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of the city. So you know, we not really. You can manipulate these white counselors. Yeah. But we'll fuck you up.
Right. Belly to back slam your ass across his desk.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm like trying to I would be asleep and wake up. He'd be over me with like a pillow. He'd be in my little drawer trying to steal my snacks. And it just got to the point where it's like now it's like 3-4 nights I haven't slept. Cause I just don't trust this little dude, right? So I'm
you're just fighting for your life, man. You feel like
I would have gave him a beating.
I'm in jail.
I would have beat that ass.
So I'm like,
He need to ask for.
Hold on.
No, I'm saying he need to ask for, but I would have had to whoop his ass. I wake up, you over my face with a pillow, nigga. It's no time.
I got to hit you with my fist.
Absolutely.
He almost started a gang war with the village right across from mine. I was in the village called Timberline. The village right across from me is called Lakeside. My man, he's like my brother. I see him coming up to my village with mad kids behind him. I'm like, yo, Ian, what the fuck you doing?
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. He like, yo, where your man Leon at? I'm like, I know you ain't come over here. He like, nah, you get your crew. I got my. I'm like, yo, what? Yo, I'm like, yo, we not. So I'm like, yo, Leon, come over here. And I'm like, what did you do? And Ian like called one of his kids to the front, and his whole forehead is split open to like the meat. He like threw something at him, and. I'm like, yo, y'all go back over there. I'm going to take care of this. So I'm talking to him, and he just, like, bucked up at me. And I was like, so you want to fight?
Right. What you trying to shut the fuck? You already had a pillow on my fucking head.
Mind you, I'm waiting for this shit. I'm like 17. Shorty's like 11. I don't even think he's 12 yet. And I'm like, yo, so you trying to fight? What's up? Like, so now I'm having a nervous breakdown. And I go to the office, and I'm like in tears, like, yo, y'all got to send this little nigga home.
Please. This nigga going to jail when he get older. I don't want nothing from this nigga.
So,
Either he going to jail or I'm going to jail. Somebody going to jail tonight.
Bad dog no good. Don't send him over here. Shit. Not me when you got
I'm
that.
like, now I know why your mama keeps sending you
around your
fucking
ass.
And you know what's so
that's
crazy?
crazy.
I was about 28 years old, like 28, 29, and I seen him, and he was like 20, about to be 21, maybe 22. First of all, he's up here now, full beard and deep ass voice. He calling me from across the street, yo Mel. I'm like,
holler at you.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
He like, you don't remember me? It's Leon. I said, yeah, I remember your little bad.
Right. What you doing with your life, man? Shit, you ain't got no pistol and shit.
Go ahead and kick that shit out.
Like, man.
Go ahead and kick that shit out, my nigga.
I knew you was what you was gonna be. I knew you was gonna be that when you got older. Go ahead, man. Shit.
Yeah, I owe you this.
Yeah, well,
That's ill, man. Damn, bro.
you had any kids like that in your class?
I always get the ones. It's funny, like when I had a summer camp, we had a little dude that was bad as shit. Your mother would pay daily. She wouldn't pay weekly. She would come in with her $29. Please watch him till I get off work. Come in, breath smell like fucking Wolf Schmidt and shit.
Oh man.
Like she just been drinking. How the fuck you drinking hard liquor in the morning? When I was running that little nigga, I was like, I see why. And it's funny because my brother went to their house to meet her and him, and he put on Facebook, if you want to donate toys to the camp, donate them.
Right.
His little badass was so bad, his grandma was watching him. She donated his
Somebody
toys.
going to jail.
She donated his toys to the camp. So yo come to the camp
Yo.
and see kids playing with his toys.
Nah.
This nigga flipped on everybody. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just
Right.
imagine everybody calm playing with the toys, and he just come in like, and start diving on kids, punching them, like trying to gather all of them in one hand.
Right.
My brother was like, yo, his mother just donated the toys, yo. So
Yeah.
those are all this. I'm like, nigga, first of all, let me sit down. These ain't yours no more.
Right.
This is the community's.
Right.
And he was bad as shit, man. Like, but it's
Yo,
like
that's
it's funny how
wild
you
funny.
mentor and you see them when they get older. They have a respect for you, like
Mhm.
even if they fucked up in their life, they'll tell you. They be
Yeah.
like, yeah, man. I had boys call me from jail, like Miss Desi, I fucked up, man. I stabbed a nigga over a pair of True Religions and shit. This is
Yeah.
a real conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do, brother. He's like, nah, man, I just call you. I just needed to hear your voice, man, because I ain't got nobody else to answer for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You was the only nigga that really kept it real with me, and the shit you said was gonna happen is really happening.
Right.
I told my boys when I first meet them, I'm like, how old are you? They were like 13 or 15. I'm like, nigga, you got 5 more years
Right.
to your
Yeah.
grown ass
Absolutely.
man.
Right. That's a
Absolutely.
fact.
You need to start realizing the decisions you make is gonna be
Yeah.
looked at as a grown ass
Absolutely.
Mhm.
and a lot of them, you know, if they fess up and realize, I do got a lot of changing to do. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I commend both of y'all for doing that shit. 'Cause it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's a little
Nah.
bit of motherfuckers doing it, but it's needed, bro.
It's needed. It's needed. And then it like that shit matter to them kids. You know what I'm saying? Even if they even through the hard time they giving you and through they mess and everything, yo, it means something to them.
Yeah, I tensed up with my boy Darius. Shout out to Darius. He probably look. I was with him since he was probably like 11, 12 years old. And yo, when I first met him, his mother was like, he called himself D Money and all this shit. He going downtown hitting licks, running around snatching niggas' phones. I'm like, all right, you gonna go downtown and snatch the wrong motherfucker's phone,
Right.
and somebody gonna put a bullet in your ass.
Absolutely.
And I started, mentoring, being around him more, and I would take him to the open mics. He was around me at a particular time in my career too, as a stand-up comic. He was around me when I was on my come up, having open mics and stuff. So I would take him with me. And he would see these rooms and be around these people. Now, it may have influenced him in a negative way from the smoking aspect, because he was seeing people already smoke. This nigga probably already was smoking,
Right.
Yeah.
but just seeing how freely that was. But just being around these vibes of people, he just became a cool, chill motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
It calmed him down being around them.
Yeah.
And I had to rise up on him too, because when I had a summer camp, I hired him, and he thought because I was his mentor, he can slack off and do what the fuck he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And he would come in and tell me what he ain't gonna do. Like
No.
when it's time to clean up shit, he'd be on some, I ain't clean up. No, I ain't come here to clean up. And one day we was all cleaning up all this fucking trash. It was a heavy day, man, of cleaning up. I ain't mind, but but he was on some I ain't cleaning up shit.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, all right, well, then you fired then.
Right.
Shit, and I fired him. And yo try to like tense up like he's about to hit me or something, like he's about to like talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling you right now.
It ain't gonna go how you think.
I'm not in mentor mode right now.
Right.
Okay? This is Desi on the street. I'm about to
Yeah.
body slam. He brought his uncle up there. I'm like, you bring uncle, I will slam his ass
Right.
too. But his uncle was like, no, I came up here to tell you he was fucking wrong. That's what the fuck he get. You should have cussed him out. You should
Right.
have punched him in his fucking chest.
Right.
And we to this day we still have the strongest relationship, man. No matter how much I don't talk to him.
Yeah.
He always call me whenever he want to talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? He got a baby now.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
what's
feel like
up.
you a grandfather. You know,
Yeah.
nigga had a child
Right.
at like 19. And I
Right.
feel like I'm his fucking grandfather. So
shit.
them relationships is important, man.
Lot
Yeah,
of-
absolutely.
But
A lot of my
you
campus
are
have-
you are like a grandfather in that space. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of these kids, they don't have I opened the school when I got to Detroit, and I learned very fast a lot of these children, their home life is absent, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you fast forward, and now we're in the situation where some of these cities, like we make up 13% of America.
Mhm.
You know, out of every 100 people, 13 of them are black. But as of lately, we've been making up 70 to 80% of the murders in some of these cities, which should be like a statistical impossibility. Like it should be
Right.
like in my mind, I'm like, this should be everywhere. This is such an anomaly. You can't be 13% of a population and 80% of the murders. Like,
Dying at this rate,
Yeah.
man.
It's
That's why I always
crazy.
say, if you have a chance as a black man that has a positive influence, just even if it's 2 or 3 young men, just take them under your wing, man.
Yeah.
Take them out whatever city they in, show them some different shit.
Yeah.
They won't forget it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
you know, doing that, like that really changed my life, because what I didn't realize was when I started, it was at a time in my life when I really needed it. You know what I'm saying? My life was my 4 city blocks.
Mm.
I barely went into Manhattan. I'm from the Bronx. I barely went into Manhattan.
Okay.
I was in a private school, and I had a sponsor, somebody paying for me to go to this private school.
That's what's up.
He told me to meet him on Fulton Street, which is all the way downtown, like right before you get to the ferry that takes you into Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
And when the train went past 42nd Street, that was too far for me.
Peace, peace, salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yo. And, you know, I turned around and went back uptown because I'm like, I've never been this far into the city before, you know. So going up to that camp and meeting other kids like me and meeting all the international staff
Mm-hmm.
and getting to learn new cultures and
Yeah.
like just really being a positive influence on kids that's not even that much younger than me. You know what I'm saying? And have people looking up to me, and like it really like put me in the frame of mind like, all right, I gotta stop the shit that I'm doing. Cause you know, I was in the street doing knucklehead shit. I've had the utmost ultimate fortune for the things that I was doing to
not catch up.
catch up to, you know what I'm saying, and
karma,
lead to the thing, you know, the consequences that come with that. But I think that camp came in my life at a time where it actually saved me, because had I not gone up there, I might have. You know what I'm saying?
So now you felt you got something that you responsible for and you living for, and you out here representing.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe when you had it, when you feel like you representing something.
Right.
I think we all have a little asshole stage growing up where we do a little bit too much.
Absolutely.
way
Absolutely.
too, way too much.
My shit was 7th grade. I started my asshole dumbass stage in my life was 7th grade. I was just doing everything, not trying to prove myself, but I was like, because I skipped a grade, I was always not with my age group of friends.
Right.
So I went to middle school before them niggas.
Yeah.
So I already had a group of friends I was hanging with that was already in middle school, and we was just running around just doing dumb shit. And I wouldn't even hardly see my friends that much from around the way. I was seeing when I got home, but I was getting in trouble with the niggas in the grade that was, you know, ahead of me. And I was just like fucking up. I was just like fighting niggas and fucking stealing shit, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of wild, and then like just seeing my mother face like, yo, we don't even raise you. What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
And it wasn't even like my mother crying like, why are you doing this? It was my father. My mother was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why you being a dumbass? You know what I'm saying? And I hated just letting my parents down.
Yeah.
And then when I let my brother down, I felt even more worried. I was just like, let me cut this shit out, man.
Word.
I got out right before shit really, really caught up with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna chill the fuck out, man, because I was raised in a house of just artists and people that do shit. Like my mother was a playwright, and an actor, and a director. My dad was like on the technology shit. This nigga had every camera before they even hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the only nigga the only person in the neighborhood with a camera.
That's
you know what
dope.
I'm saying? With the full video camera.
Yeah.
They had the VCR and the other thing hooked up to it, so you had to walk around with this big ass camera. The VCR, everything. He had the whole straps. So seeing that in my house, and my dad, he would record my mother's events. I mean, any play or film thing that she had, she would bring like major speakers, black speakers to the city. Kwasi Mfume, Dr. Van Sertima,
Nice.
Dr. Clark. She would bring them down to the Arena Playhouse. And they was, and I was just a kid running around helping my mother sell tickets. Wasn't no social media.
That's
we
beautiful,
hitting the streets,
bro.
hitting houses, putting up flyers.
Yeah.
She was doing that shit, and she would just throw me in her plays.
Yeah.
She would
Yeah.
just give me a script.
So
like,
the grassroots was innate in you.
right.
Yeah, he was born into that.
yeah, so my mother,
that's
I didn't
beautiful.
even ask to be in the damn play. My mother,
Yeah.
your name Junebug. Just go ahead and remember that. Like, man, I gotta remember school shit and this. I'm fucking 9.
No,
Like, I said your name is Junebug for the rest of the month. Remember that.
My mom put together a play in like '92, and she put me in the play too. But I only had like a few lines. Like I was the paper boy, and my line was like extra, read all about it.
But you felt different.
The play was for HIV and AIDS awareness. You know what I'm saying? Because that was at a time where people still didn't quite understand what it was. You know what I'm saying? We just knew that people was dying from it.
Yeah.
And so she did a play. And we weren't like, we were living in Jacksonville, Florida at the time. We weren't from, you know, we just coming from New York. My mom is still really young at the time herself, and she just went to all the high schools and got, you know, a couple of kids to be in the play. Like we did to raise money. We did like this car wash. The car wash turned into an event itself, and it got like some radio. The car wash got like some radio spins and shit like that. And people from the local radio was like, if you at the Jiffy Lube on such and such and such and such, go get your car washed and this, that, and the third. And we raised a lot of money. The play was very successful, and it stands out to me because one of the kids, his name is Amir, and one of the teens in the play, his sister was in my second grade class, right? And I had like a little thing for her, and she was she was standing.
Eyeing her down.
Mind you, I'm like 7 years old at the time. She's standing in front of me, right? And she got her little school uniform on, and something in my head was just like, grab her butt.
Some little animal ass instinct. Some little instinct in you was like, just do it. This is your. That shit happened to me before.
And I didn't even argue with myself. I just
we-
grabbed the butt.
Yo, we've all had that moment, bro.
What the fuck be wrong with you as a kid?
Yo,
Go to jail for some shit like that now.
That
yo.
ass, like,
yo, dead ass.
I just grabbed her butt, and she turned around, and she was like, "I'm gonna tell my brother." And I'm thinking her brother's like our age, right?
Grown, bigger than
You know what I'm saying? And
Nah,
then
grown nigga.
I'm from the Bronx. I'm like, yo,
The Stacy
get your
pull
brother.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. Nigga, you just saying it.
So my mom is like, when I get home from school that day, my mom is like, we got to go around to, these people's houses. We got to give them their scripts and stuff like that.
Man.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Man, you had some shit coming.
we end up going to Amir's crib to give him his script. And I see her sitting on the couch. And she popped up. She's like, Amir, he grabbed my butt.
He's like, who?
I'm like 7. He's like 15 at the time.
Shit. You about to get
He
mine
ran
out.
up on me, and he's like, and he just picked me up. He was like, you grab my. I was like, no, she lying.
And she like, no, he said, that's my brother right there. That's him. What you gonna do? I ain't gonna do nothing. Because I ain't touch you. I don't even know you.
Yo, that's wild funny, yo.
That shit happened to all
Yo,
of us, man.
That's
crazy.
why. Yeah, we've all had that.
My
moment,
dumb ass, I was in the pool. Well, my grab that girl butt that thing happened. My shit was always with grown, older women.
Oh man.
And I was at the pool around off of Liberty Heights, at the pool and shit. And then old me and all my boys was looking. This girl was fine as hell, and she had the strawberry tattoo. Grown woman, man. She was fine as shit. Kept getting out the water, waving her hands. When you were a kid, that shit really be in slow motion when you were a kid.
Hell
You
yeah.
looking
Like some Sandlot shit.
yeah, yo. And then niggas was like, man, I'll grab her, but this accent saying they talking shit, and I'm like, I'll do it because I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas bluffing. And then I got under the water and just swam, and her butt was getting closer and closer under there. That ass looked so good underwater, don't it? It looked way different. That shit was just like, and she under the water. She was like, I remember that shit, yo. She was on her tippy toes and shit. Calves looking all strong. I'm just swimming at it. I'm holding my breath. And I just like both my hands went out. Just like I was just risking my life, yo. I was holding my. But I realized, nigga, you gotta hurt me get away. So I swimming away as hard as I could, just hold my breath. I'm almost dying, swimming away. Nigga, why the fuck I get up? I'm standing right beside her.
That's crazy.
I didn't go nowhere. So I'm under the water. I'm under the water, flipping for my fucking life. And she didn't even get mad. She just looked at me, gave me that little look like, this little boy cute. That's all. That's cute. But I could have got the shit knocked out of me. That
Now, wait a minute. You know what?
Funny.
I'm glad you said that. That's an excellent segue because what I was getting ready to say is there's a space where women actually think that's cute,
Yeah.
depending on what the age difference is,
Yeah.
and then depending on how you look and how it happens. And there's like a few little factors to factor in. But
You have to meet different qualifications.
yeah.
If I was ugly as shit, you like, you a nasty motherfucker.
Yup.
Police.
That's you know, it's crazy. That's exactly how I go too. Yo.
Yeah.
That's exactly how
There's
it
a
goes.
space where things like that's cool. And as an older guard now, I be trying to hip sisters like, hey, don't encourage that right now.
Don't encourage it, right?
And look, wait, not even for them, not even for their sake. I'm just thinking about the boy because I know how if you oh, that's so cute, oh, he's so funny, that's so cute, he's so funny. at some point he's not gonna be so cute.
Right.
And somebody gonna be
It's
trying to sit
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And
fact.
you turn on some sexual shit too
Yeah.
early that they not supposed to be thinking about. They ain't gonna be able to focus on nothing but sex.
But yeah, yo,
Let me tell you,
listen,
it was
that's
this
some real,
woman.
that's real shit.
It was this woman this when I lived on Gun Hill Road.
Oh.
And yeah. I used to live right across the street from Montefiore.
Montefiore, yeah.
Bainbridge. So, and if she happens to see this, she'll know because she was like the whole neighborhood knew who. Like it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her son was almost 6 years old, and she was still breastfeeding this nigga.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nah, that's weird.
Now she was breastfeeding him like the Oval Park is right there, like she breastfeeding him outside whenever he get hungry. She like,
Yeah,
like, go ahead.
that's
like
wild
that was,
weird.
and she was like, she was a thick one. You know what I'm saying? Like a real, her body, big booty, like. So it was just a wildly uncomfortable situation. Like she had no problem, and so everybody was like, "Yo, something's gonna be wrong with him. He's gonna be a sexual deviant somehow." That's not.
He probably was the kid that pulled his pants all the way down.
All the way to
pee
the
at the end. All of us in our generation, it was always one nigga that pulled his ass
That's a
out.
Listen,
That's a
time
fact.
out.
Be like, come on,
That's a
Isaiah, what the
fact.
fuck,
Time
man?
out. Time out. Time out. We can't do that.
You was the
Can't
one? Oh, come on, man. You don't know what his whole ass out. Oh, I'm sorry, man. My bad. You turned out all right, man.
Hey yo,
You turned out all right, man.
don't
I'm
tell
sorry,
me you
man.
was a nigga with his ass out,
Yo,
son.
dead ass. Dead ass.
Dead ass
Yo,
out.
Oh my God.
we would be running, we be in the park running around. We find like a little corner, and I just pull my pants all the way down.
But it was
And
that
my
one
friends
friend.
used to be like, "Yo,
Oh my
stop. Why do you
God,
have
yo.
to do that?" And I'm like, "Yo, I can't.
Just pull it up over the buckle
I
and shit,
can't.
man.
I'm like, I can't pee otherwise." But it's like,
Niggas had to tell you how to, like, man, get your shit together, bro.
My
You
nigga.
gonna be in situations where you gotta get in and out. You can't just have your ass out.
That's wow, funny,
He said,
my
yo,
nigga.
chill. Because I was the one doing that.
Then he said that's an ASAP.
Yo, like, oh,
Hold
they
up,
ain't
nigga.
all bad people.
Right.
There's always one nigga, yo.
Yo, we gonna throw a
Everybody
flag on the play for that
hey
shit.
man, listen.
There's always one, yo.
I was
You ain't know no
definitely.
better.
I
You
didn't.
ain't
I
know no
didn't.
better.
I
It's
really
alright.
didn't. And the shit that I didn't like. I was like, it was kind of like hypocritical because I was the only one that wouldn't look around.
Right, you just
You know what I'm
focusing
saying? I
on
just
your
focused
business.
on me, and then I was, out of my
You ain't
peripheral,
know.
I
Okay,
would see
I'm
everybody
sorry.
else looking at me, and I'm like, why the fuck?
Gotta ask
I'm like, why the
you,
fuck
wait a
y'all
minute.
looking at me? And they like, yo, your ass is out, bro.
Hold on. I gotta ask you a question. At
Well, we
what
wasn't
age
using
did
language
you
like
stop
that back
doing
then.
Yo, my nigga.
Huh?
At what
That's
age
wild
did you stop
funny.
doing
Yo,
that?
when was you been like 13 doing
Nah,
that?
I was like, I think I was like 8
13 years old.
when I
Standing
was
with
like,
back
I was like
hair.
8 years old when I stopped. When I stopped doing that, I was like 8
You
years
had to
old.
realize, like, I'm wrong. I need to change my life.
I was tripping. I was
It's me,
tripping.
y'all. It's my fault. Always was, man. That's why niggas need mentors, man. Niggas, you need a grown nigga like, hey, man, I know you're forming in your life, man. Don't just have your ass out.
Don't ever have your ass out, man.
It's not nothing. So it's
Yeah.
important, man.
Yeah.
So, what would your, also on a positive note, what would your worst inspiration be for,
Yo,
Up
how do you
on
do
the
a positive note after? It's on a positive
Niggas
note.
having their ass
Now,
out,
hey, Mel just said he had his whole ass out. Mel just said he had his whole ass
you
out with his
teach?
teeth.
Oh.
How would you teach a young
Oh,
boy
my
to not?
First of all, don't be having. That's the first thing I say to a nigga in the car. When you get 18, you're gonna be a grown man, and 2, don't be having your ass out when you go to the bathroom.
ever. Yo, I'm having a son, yo.
Okay.
Hey, my nigga, listen.
Tell them that early. Even,
Early.
even in your diapers.
Yeah.
Just pull it over your diaper. Don't even
Yeah,
unstrap
yo.
one side. Don't have your ass out, man. Please.
Yeah, yo. What would your words of inspiration be for all upcoming comedians, anybody that's practicing the art, whether it be music or comedy?
Obviously, you want the long version or the short version? Because
Silk said I probably was 13.
I was 13. Nigga
I
butt
want to
hair.
add on to Rome's question.
Your bald head showing, nigga.
I want to add on to Rome's question. Have you ever met any kids while you were mentoring that wanted to pursue, that wanted to follow,
Crazy enough, nah, man. All of them wanted, they were all amazed to see me. The ones I got the ones that I've first started mentoring that are like teenagers now. I let them
No
come to
positive
shows.
note after that.
I let them come to see me live,
Mhm.
and they were like so amazed that I was such a goofy person on stage and make people laugh because I was so serious with them.
Yeah.
I would do little side jokes every now and then, but not like on stage. To see me straight do a whole set making people laugh, they'd be like, "Mr. Desi, I did not know you even act like that, man." They had a different respect for me, but they was like, I can't get up there and do that.
Yeah.
Even if there was a class clown, they'd be like, "Nah, I ain't ready for that yet."
Right.
I think maybe in the future, but a lot of them showing them that made a lot of them pursue their dreams early.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like one of my boys would talk about boxing, but he never really, he would talk shit. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take you to a real gym.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And his name is Timothy. He's into gym, like he's into boxing like heavy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Other ones do music. When I took them around it, they saw like I can actually do what I'm
Right.
seeing on the screen,
Right.
Right.
and actually try it myself. And that's why I say like what we do is important because you're showing them like this shit can happen. And
Yeah.
That's a
I
fact.
I be telling them, nigga, you got an early start, nigga. You about 12, you can start now.
Yeah.
You can be a world champion by the time. And
Right.
it matters, man.
Yeah.
But none of them wanted to try stand up though. I never had
Yeah,
a little
I-
comedian.
I worked at in Dobbs Ferry, New York. I worked at this group home called Children's Village. DMX actually spent a lot of years
Oh wow. Dope.
there. And as my tenure there, he would come up whenever he had time, and he would speak to the kids and let them know like, yo, I started here. You know what I'm saying? And so that was kind of like my experience of being able to introduce.
Good job. Silk says, I never forget the time you was mentoring the boy. You were doing the comedy skit, you mushed him in the face.
He was abusing kids and shit. Shut up.
So that was really, that was
I
really
had his
dope.
pants
Like,
down.
I got to introduce a lot of kids to influential people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of righted the ship for them and put them on the right path
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And one of my favorite kids is this kid named Ronald, right? So Ronald used to always run around. He used to always run around campus talking about he was a pimp.
Mhm.
My dad was a pimp. My uncle's a pimp. My brother's a pimp.
Mhm.
I'm a pimp. So I'm like, all right, you a pimp? So we going on. We have a hike day. So we going on a hike, and there's another camp next to ours called ABC, Anita Bliss Kohler, and that's an all girls camp.
Mhm.
And these little girls, I don't know what the fuck they was eating, but they was like 12, 13 years old, like 6'2".
Mhm.
They got this. They got that depot. Yeah, they got that depot, yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
McDonald's.
so, we get to the meeting area where we sit down and have lunch. Lunch was like these dry ass peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and
Mhm.
Kool-Aid with no sugar, shit like that, right? so,
Dry as fucking lunch
dry.
ever.
So we see the girls coming. I'm like, yo, Ronald, come in, son.
Mhm.
It's your time. And he like, what you talking about? I'm like, you a pimp, right? He like, yeah.
Show us what you got, man.
I'm like, there go the girls right over there. He like, nah, son. Nah, chill.
Like you said, all this shit.
I'm like, yo, I thought you was a pimp. Like,
Lying ass.
but those are, I have a lot. Those are my best memories, though.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? One, being a camper myself, and then transitioning to the other side
Yeah.
and becoming a counselor / mentor and everything, and watching these kids grow up, and then like a lot of them are adults now, and when they see me in the street, or some of them still call me to this day, and I'm those were like some of the most important bonds that I built throughout my life is from Children's Village and the Fresh Air Fund. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. No, I didn't mean to cut your bill.
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes. I do want to say, like, I feel like on the mentoring tip, like we've all done it. Like, yo, like even like, bro, like I just started working for Shepherd Pratt this year. Like I worked for Shepherd Pratt for the past 4 years. So I used to work on the residential side with all the kids that got took in off the street.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So when they couldn't come home, I was the one on the inside. You know what I'm saying, dealing with them on a daily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Niggas stole cars and all types of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that play crazy, that can't go. The ones that can't make it in Hickey, they send over to Shepherd Pratt. You know what I'm saying? So they either social services or you know what I'm saying, or the other side. Damn. So if they're not social services, if they social services, they probably going to Shepherd Pratt for real. You know what I'm saying? If not, you going to Hickey. You know what I'm saying? Then they play crazy and then come to Shepherd Pratt.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm telling them like, man, look, shorty. So now it's not a game because look, like they going like them kids in Hickey getting numbers.
Yeah.
And they giving them numbers, yo. Like my homeboy worked, like he got to walk them to the judge. And they giving them kids 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like football numbers, yo. At 14, 15 years old,
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Double-digit years.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's real shit. Like when you talk to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, you do.
It's important work.
Yeah, it's important. It's important work.
Man, I remember I was the only person to show up in court for one of my boys, man. And he couldn't believe I was there. And that mattered. It was crazy because when I sat in there, it was the parent, the kid's mom, his dad, his family was like, we got somebody that looked like they can help him get off because he's somebody from other than us that's here. And I testified for him like, nah, he's an outstanding young man. We got him working on this construction stuff, and he just gave him a whole rundown of what we were doing. And the judge was just looking at me like, it's good that you here. It was good to see that he has somebody that's a mentor, but he's still gonna get this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
damn.
I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
But he still,
You know what, I try to-
that time on, he was still like, nah, I really fuck with you, man, for just coming out for me because nobody else.
Yeah.
Right.
I expected to come out when he came out. You showed up, dressed up, suit, everything like that. That said a lot to the judge, but he still had to do the time. But it was just like, damn, I'm looking at him like this little nigga like 16 years old.
Yeah.
He didn't even begin to even do
Right.
shit yet.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
I had a kid. Sure, he was down from sure he was from out Gilmore, and I used to be down in Gilmore Homes all the time, bro, with this kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, look, I'm like, look, yo, before you do some bullshit, yo, then you need $20, yo, call me. You know what I'm saying? Before you do some bullshit, yo, if I got it, nigga, call me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here married with 3 kids.
Yeah.
Bro, like, literally, like, dad a addict, mom's is dead. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't have no direction.
Yeah.
No direction. He was already out there. So it's like, you know, I'm getting called. Hey, Mr. Jerome. Yeah, man, I need $25, yo. I ain't got no food in the house. I'm like, yo, shorty. It's 2:30 in the morning. Yo. Like,
Go to bed.
yeah, yo, like what you talking about?
We all ate
Yeah,
sleep.
everybody ate, yo.
We all ate sleep before back in the day.
Right.
And I know one of my boys. I got the one boy that called from money. As soon as he hit me, how you doing, man? What you want?
Yeah.
Like, man, look, man, this girl and shit, man, stressing me out, man. I'm like, don't bullshit me. Depending on he tell me the truth, and depending on how stupid the story is.
Yeah.
If it's a dumbass story, I'm like, I'm not giving you no money for that.
Right.
And you know what's funny? It's grown niggas
That's like that. Right.
It's grown niggas that my brother had to put me onto it. One of my homeboys from when we growing up, he hit me, he asked me for $20 one time, sent to him Cash App. He asked me again, sent to him again. A couple months later, they asked again, like I'm trying to feed my daughter. That's how he was getting me.
Yeah.
Trying to feed my daughter.
Right.
My brother was like, nigga, you better stop answering him. He on a roller that everybody from our hood.
Right.
He called everybody from our hood.
Wow.
So everybody had a conversation going like, his nigga be asking for money. He asked you. This motherfucker got like probably $200.
$200, right?
My brother like, nigga, y'all are his. He said, y'all are we his job.
Right.
His job, get up and ask niggas for money. So you gotta. Then the last time you asked me, I sent that nigga a job application. I said, all right,
They pay 20 an hour.
Pay 20 hours.
Oh, listen.
Wait.
That's not just whistling Dixie, because a lot of children, I get through to them, especially the young guys that think they're gonna get some money. You know, they're trying to make a move and do this and that and the other. I'm like, listen, what you need to know is when you sit down for 10 years, you do know you're gonna be getting about 30 cents an hour if lucky when you sitting down up them. You know, so I try to get them to realize what it means that slavery has been abolished, except for the convicted felon.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I shop like, IKEA, the furniture, the furniture's cheap in there because
Right.
Right.
niggas like you making it for 30 cents an hour. They,
Yeah, it's a
they,
fact.
they don't even have to export to factories in China no more. They got niggas like you that's gonna do it
Yeah.
for the next 10, 15 years. You're gonna get 30 cents
Mm.
per hour. And that's lucky. You might have to get raped or get stabbed in order to get that
Get the job.
35 cent an hour. Like
Right.
Yeah.
The job, nigga, we gotta get raped to get the job.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's a
That's fucking crazy.
that's a
somebody
weird
else might
interview
want that
process.
I'd be an
35
unemployed
Yeah,
motherfucker.
that yo, it be yo, the jail shit be kind of crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Cause like you got niggas who come home and try to tell you like yeah, nigga, I carry shit in my ass for 5 years, nigga.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I'm thorough, like.
Nah,
I
bro.
don't know, my nigga. Like that shit is different.
Like, with my-
Yeah, that shit is mad wild to me.
My aunt used to call them booty tuckers.
You don't know how you got that in here. Came in
Yo,
there.
but listen,
Yo.
it's not just that they putting stuff in their booty.
Mhm.
It's the kind of items that's going into
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
booty.
sharp objects. And
Nigga
all.
said,
Drugs.
nigga said you don't have to burn in my wallet.
Razors, cell phones.
Butt wild.
You
Nigga,
got
butt wild.
a Hennessy bottle in there. Like,
I seen that shit, yo. Yo, I seen a nigga call his ass a wallet, yo.
That's
They
crazy.
was in jail.
How you walk normal and shit?
What?
Wallet. I said,
In your booty wallet and shit. Niggas got a butt
Bruh,
wallet, a brown wallet.
That's hilarious.
nigga said,
Niggas
yo,
got
nigga said, yo, I
bootleg-
had my-
listen,
nigga said, yo,
niggas
every
got
time I had the
bootleg
gun
Jordans in
wallet,
their ass.
You know?
You said they got bootleg what?
They got bootleg Jordans in there.
Oh
Oh
man.
my god.
My God, yeah.
Yo, all right. So, really important question. Did your daughter discover how to become a werewolf?
No, man. To this day, I still don't know why the fuck she was looking that up, bro.
Hey, yo, that shit
Actually,
wild
let
funny.
me tell you the back end of it with the real thing she was looking up. She
Yeah.
was looking up how to be a mermaid.
Okay.
Werewolf sounds funnier on stage.
Got you,
that's
got
what-
you,
to
got
me,
you.
it's a true story, but she wanted to be a fucking mermaid.
Mermaid.
She was 10, she had a fucking
Yo,
phase.
I saw that fell out. I'm
'Cause
like,
she
that's
was,
the
she was
funniest
really
shit
looking
ever.
at fucking 21 Savage pictures and fucking how to be a mermaid. Her mother told me that shit.
No, that's the
was
thing
so
though.
bad.
Wait. That's an actual show. That was a show on Disney with three white girls. That happened in my house too. That happened in my house.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you,
that's
thank
funny
you.
as hell.
Figure that shit up, man. She's
Yeah,
14 now. I've been trying for the last 4 years. I'm trying to figure that shit out.
Disney stuff.
Looking at her weird, like, what the fuck is you? You ain't proud to be black? I don't know what the fuck. She just kept
So
looking it up.
I got a question. Like who you listen to like music wise?
Music, I would say it depends on the day, but mainly Cole, Kendrick,
Nice.
Wale, listen to some fucking Logic. Oh, Big Crit, that's like my
Crit
show.
dope.
Crit is dope. Crit is
Crit is
dope.
like my show person. When it comes to shows, it's Cole and Crit, man. Because
Yeah.
Crit just kind of put me in a perfect mood, whether it's some charged up shit or some cool shit.
Yeah.
just to calm down. Big Crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crit definitely dope.
Yeah, man.
And Cole Evolution, man.
Yeah.
is-
Oh yeah, man. And
Cole's
you
Evolution.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate it.
Because you feel like you came up with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My boy went to St. John's with him,
That's dope.
and they used to promote parties, right? And J. Cole would open up for like bigger artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
And I remember going to those shows and stuff like that and thinking like, yo, this kid is gonna be nice.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we the same age, but
Yeah.
I thought he was younger than me because but we the same age. But I used to be like with my boy and they party promoting team, and I used to be watching him perform, and I used to be like, yo, he is gonna be something
Yeah, man.
major.
Isn't it
You know what
funny
I'm saying?
Isn't it funny how people's albums and you can look at everybody's album, how it's a transition in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know where you were when you was listening to this album.
Yeah.
And that album you was here in your life. That shit crazy to me, man.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and with Cole's albums, I was working at Sprint, and then I was teaching.
Mm.
Then I was like, I was off. I was taking when Forest Hill Drive came out. That's when I quit teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So each album means something to me
Yeah.
because I was somewhere in my life on my comedy career listening to his
Right.
albums.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Crit, I quit on the Crit late. You know what I'm saying? Like once I heard one song, I had to go back and listen to all this mixtape.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Cole is the person that like is transitioned because we pretty much I think the same age.
Yeah.
January, I was born January 27th. He was born January 28th.
Okay.
So I've always mirrored my comedy career with him, and of course LeBron and shit.
Oh.
Because LeBron started when I started comedy at 22, and LeBron was in the NBA.
More than an engineer, he's also a wide receiver.
He's a magician. That shit is expensive. Some expensive
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
And they said, nah.
Nah.
Not today. So yo, we got a household MC, man.
Yeah, we gotta.
we can't. We couldn't.
The champ is here.
The champ is here, man. Yo,
got it.
you gotta hear this. You gotta hear a couple joints before you leave, man.
Cool.
You may have this may give you some brand new material.
It's open, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's Jobstown MC. Welcome to the revolution.
Here we go. Let's examine the history. Did they treat all whites the way they treat them today? Oklahoma got bombed by Timothy McVeigh. Ain't no mystery. Did they prosecute the Catholic Church? The Harvard pedophiles still letting them work with kids. But see, they mad that OJ got away, feel my tears. You heard cheers, not for him, but against the system. I respect the office, I pray for the man, but I didn't pick him. How is it you can call 5,000 people out of a lot of land? Close to 300 million.
Got too much information in his head. Yeah.
How is it? I gotta wear a seatbelt in my car, but not on the bus. What if I'm driving the van? How is it? And get 20 to life, but I can sell you junk bonds and take what you saved in life. 2 and see something ain't right.
This nigga got too much information in his head, yo. He shouldn't be rapping, yo. This nigga is stressed out. That nigga just vented too many bars and too much fucked up shit going on in the world on the song.
Yo, that shit sound like Twister and Bone, like
and Silk
the
Shocker. Remember Silk the Shocker? That nigga was never on beat.
Never on beat,
He
son.
just was having a conversation.
Never, yo.
And then yelling randomly. Yeah, he was gonna do a lot.
Yo, listen, we got variety around here.
Yeah, look, I'm interested, man. This brother, he gonna be something.
Yeah,
You don't know where music.
Because
you
of
don't never
us.
know where music gonna be
gonna
at.
move towards him and his kind of music. I'm telling you.
Look,
Melvinaires want they 10%.
It's
That's
an
it.
audience.
Give us our cut, man. That's it.
I got to put a seatbelt on in the car. But not on the bus. I'm gonna really be in the house thinking about. I ain't gonna be able to go to sleep in that thinking about that shit, man. I got to put a seatbelt in the car.
You know what I think? I think the weed has gotten way too strong now.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's
Too
had
much
a
sauce.
yo.
He broke another barrier in his brain that it's got too much information. Just put it on track.
It's
Yo.
too much sauce.
Yo,
I gotta put seatbelts on.
you ever
in the
heard
car.
niggas like when they talk about like using DMT? Yo,
Mm-mm.
yeah, like it's an experience, bro. Like you hear people about using experiment with DMT.
It's like some LSD type shit.
Yeah, like some
it's
hallucinogens.
toad poison.
Yeah.
It's toad poison. Like niggas smoke that shit, man. But yeah, that shit take it.
He got
Yeah,
DMT.
Yeah, he got some shit going on.
Yeah.
His third
Yeah, he
eye's
put that shit
unlocked
in-
like a
he-
motherfucker.
Yeah, he got four.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's definitely
This
a
is
four
critically acclaimed. This is the critically acclaimed "Calm in the Storm."
What's up, bro?
This the one everybody be requesting, yo. Let's go.
My calm in the storm, why'd it have to be you and me? Such a short history. My calm in the storm, why'd it have to go? Only Chris Dow know, but it was foul though. My calm in the storm, tell me what you didn't see. It wasn't good enough, just being me. Exactly 10 years to the date, I met my soulmate. But through a sick twist of fate, we had to separate. She was 5'6", dark skinned and thick, wore glasses. Kept her hair flipped, looked good when taking a shit. Skin untied, perfect smile, potentially acting like a child. I was stuck like penicillin in the butt. I just knew what we had was so pure, uncultivated, uncultivated. I was so true. I love and endure. I saw her every day, but it wasn't enough. For me or her at school, at home, or on the bus, she never made a fuss. She's the one that I can trust. I feel it when we touch. It's a love-induced lust. When we she compared to no other girl. Thought I found my black pearl. Even like at your mom's. Her and mine used to talk on the phone when I wasn't at home. She was my car in the storm.
Nigga, man.
Yo, listen.
This nigga is deep, man.
Yeah, he did, bro. You got, you know.
Look good, she's taking a shit. I'm like, hold up. Why are you watching her take a shit, brother?
Yeah,
Exactly.
He ain't giving her no privacy.
he
He said,
done.
I'm doing it every day. Wasn't enough. That is enough, bro.
He deep
That
like
is enough.
he
yo.
deep like
That is
penicillin in the butt.
Yes, bro.
Get stuck like
This nigga
penicillin in
definitely-
the
Stuck like
butt.
This nigga
penicillin.
definitely pull his pants all the way down with his feet.
Still.
Hey, yo. And that
Dude,
nigga,
man.
and he 50.
Oh,
He's
shit.
50 years old.
He sound like a 23-year-old, man. Going through some shit, man. That's some shit I would say when I was 20.
Yeah, he 50, bro.
Good, but she was taking a shit. That's some shit I would say, man.
Listen, I feel like that's the reason right there that they had to separate because
It was toxic on his end, man.
Yeah.
He couldn't. No, that's too much love.
Yeah.
Too much, right?
We said it was a love-induced nut. What the fuck? Was that? That's a lot, man. I ain't never heard nobody put that together like that.
Never.
Just love-induced
Never.
nut.
Never.
Hopefully he got some therapy, man. After that, man. She has ruined him, man.
Yeah, she fucked him up, yo.
Oh shit.
She definitely
wait a
fucked
minute,
him up.
listen.
Word up. Yo,
she
that's
need
fucking-
therapy after dealing with that nigga. We got to make sure his sister got some therapy. This nigga in there. Listen,
He probably
I
ruined
just
every
dealing
relationship
with
she
homeboy.
gonna be in after that. She probably going to the next relationship. You don't watch me take a shit, do you?
Right.
My last boyfriend, this nigga used to say, leave the door open. I don't know why he's watching that kind of shit. Like, she probably be fussing and shit. Like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, I gotta close the door. All right, baby, close the door. I'm sorry, I was just having flashbacks.
PTSD.
He used to watch me taking the shit.
I swear to God,
Tell me to
yo.
leave the door open and shit. It's almost some love-induced nuts.
Hey, man, that shit is mad wild, man. But
Listen, man, you don't know who you with.
you never know who you with, man.
The
And I-
energy
and I-
nigga is-
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to figure that shit out now. You know what I'm saying?
his music is a puzzle.
Yeah, because
Every
it was the
line is a
kinky, it was the kinky sex shit
Yeah.
while she was taking the shit that drove them
Yeah.
apart. And then clearly he must have did something. He
Yeah.
must have been into something
Whatever they, however
that
it
led
is,
to the
it was his fault.
penicillin in
It
the
was his
butt.
fault,
You know
right.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, he did
You
something.
know, you look at people like it was probably her fault. No, it was his fault. He
Yeah.
did something.
It was definitely the penicillin shot that
Yeah.
that ended things.
Yo,
You probably heard that song like, man, this nigga got a song on the radio.
yo, but listen, yo, my nigga, like, yo, imagine you hearing that, right? And imagine being like, you know how I'm gonna get her? I'm gonna send her this song.
He probably was like, I'm being play that shit, man.
Like,
I'm gonna send this shit to
like
her
you
when
know,
I leave.
like you know when LL made "I Need Love," like nigga LL was like, you know what, yo, I'm gonna send this shit to Simone. Nigga, we about to get married. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna change how she.
Yeah,
feels
it's
about
gonna
me.
change how she feel about me. This nigga was like,
He sent that shit. She probably was like, oh no, I gotta move. I gotta move out the country. Which maybe she didn't even know he probably was watching her taking shit. He probably had a camera in the house and shit
I
watching.
got
yo,
Yo.
that shit is mad wild, man. But we about to wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out and big love, big appreciation, yo, Desi Alexander, man.
Yo.
We appreciate
So
you
much,
coming
man,
through.
for having me, man. Thank y'all.
Thank
man.
you for having.
Oh,
Thank you for
definitely,
coming
man.
through, man.
Definitely
We
thank you for
appreciate
coming through. Yeah.
Where your next show at, man?
Next show is tomorrow, actually, in New Jersey.
Okay.
New Jersey Drive, Part 7. I've been doing that show for like the past 3 years, and New Jersey's been New Jersey's where I try out new material.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they come out by the dozens, man, to come support me.
Jersey.
So shout out to New Jersey.
Shout out.
And then after that, Sunday I'll be in Atlanta,
Okay.
and then Baltimore on the 24th. on
Nice,
Thursday.
nice,
So,
nice.
yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Everybody go out, support the brother, man. Get your tickets, man.
Yes.
This guy is a comedian, student of the game, man.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
You into comedy, man. You got to check him out, man. He definitely represent for the city, man. Him and Jess. Big shout out to Jess Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody over there, man. Representing, putting on for the city, man. We appreciate y'all.
Tell everybody where they can find you at.
You can find me Instagram is comedian, or my website is comediandesi.com. Website, of course, that's a website. And Instagram is Desi4018, and Facebook is Desi Alexander, full name. So
Got
yeah.
you. Yeah. So yeah, well, everybody know, you know what I'm saying. You can find me on IG at mega_mel85. You know, hit the YouTube page, Melvin Air Podcast. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share, comment, all that good stuff. We on TikTok at Melvin Air Podcast. We on IG at Melvin Air _podcast. We have a Facebook group where we have like a little family. It's our little community, the Melvin Air Podcast Facebook group. I just also would like to give another special thanks to Desi for coming through. And we have somebody, she's actually watching right now. Yashira Colon, all the way from Puerto Rico. Yo, mommy, you the realest. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate you, and I for sharing the show, for watching the show, for introducing us to any and everybody that you know or come across. I definitely appreciate you, and I definitely wanted to show you some love tonight. And that's I'm gonna wrap it up with that.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Inky, go ahead and get your shit out, brother.
Shout out to the queen of the rabbits, Sister Yaya L. Shout out to all of the rabbits out there. Ears up. Y'all already know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to rabbits.
Outside that, peace to my babies. It's almost bedtime.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. I'm Dr. Inky everywhere.
No problem, man. Yeah, man. So, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, I just want to give a big shout out to my city, man.
Yeah.
I just want to give a big shout out to my city, We need this, man. And just let it be known, everybody else going forward, you got music, you acting, you funny, whatever else you got going on, you got movement going on, you welcome here to Melvin Air Podcast, man.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man. We about unity and helping everybody grow, bro. So let's put it together for the city, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Niecy Nash.
And shout out Niecy Nash, fine ass, with no makeup.
No makeup.
I'm about to DM her right
Yes.
now. What movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
show.
Shit, we didn't even talk about your Amazon show.
Ain't even.
Oh.
Man, talk about the show.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, damn. I just be doing
Yeah, we just got caught up.
doing shit, man. But yeah, tonight's special guest actually have a shirt on. I forgot I even had the shirt on. Tonight's special guest, the sketch comedy show / stand up. This is a funny ass show, dopely put together by myself, written and directed. Shout out to Uplift Works, my guy Eli, and my other co-director Teddy. Man, they've been helping me work on this. All the comedians and all the actors that came through to be a part of it, man. Selena, we was together the other day filming shit. So that's coming out to Amazon later on this year. We still editing, man. It's a long process, man, but we enjoying it. It's all love. Y'all gonna see some shit. I may show some of it to Jersey tomorrow. I'm thinking about it.
That's what's up, man.
So they got screens, so I may do my set and show y'all some
So
shit.
be on the lookout for that, man.
Yeah,
Support this brother, man.
Definitely.
Absolutely support this brother, man. And follow it up. I'm happy to just see niggas from my city, doing shit, and that's big, man. That shit is huge,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
That shit is huge, man. I love to see that, man. I'm happy for you, brother. Proud of you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As always, shout out to Leon, superhero, engineer.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. You can find him if you need any airtime. Come down to Digital Impact Studios. That's all I got, man.
Yeah,
I feel like we should shout out homeboy whose songs that was.
_43 on IG, Facebook. Anybody who know me is Jerome Rolls. What else? I am on TikTok, but I don't use it yet.
Yeah.
That's it. Follow us on IG, Melvin Air _podcast. Just be on the lookout, man. We got Baltimore Zone, Ill Conscious in the building next week.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that, That shit's gonna be fire. Super fire. Fire, man. My city, we got talent here, man. We got talent here, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Baltimore got talent, bro. You know what I mean? Just be on the lookout, man. And just want to give everybody a shout out, for the support and love, man. We appreciate y'all. Share the show.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the YouTube. Like, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, man. We see y'all next week, man.
Next
It's the Melvin
week.
Air Podcast. We out.
Peace and love.